Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, everybody, welcome to another night of REP Paranormal and Friends. We are welcoming back David Oman of the Oman House. I know you guys have heard of that place. It's been on plenty of those paranormal shows. One of them we're not going to mention. So welcome back, David.
How are you, Allison?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you back. Say, the last time you were on, we actually had a listener message me, and
would you time out? I'm on live. Don't fuck with stuff right now, please. I know you appreciate being known, but not at my expense. Not now.
Yeah,
bastards! It was just sitting here.
I know. I saw it.
I didn't touch you, so don't. You're not alive. Don't mess with it.
That's right. But we had a listener actually message me because they went back and listened to the show, and at a certain mark, we're both talking. We're talking about a spider and David and Goliath and whatever, and there's actually a man, sounds like a man, talking underneath of us. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to that again, but I do believe they probably heard what's commonly referred to as a disembodied voice.
Uh-huh.
And unlike it, which I found to be more the accurate term than the EVP, because EVP stands for electronic voice phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's generally considered stuff that's captured in the background of like white noise or through a spirit box or an echo box. This isn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally divergent of what we commonly refer to as an EVP. That's why I've called them now disembodied voices, because there's no intermediary device.
Mm-hmm.
The voice is just as clear as day, speaking like I'm speaking to you. And
right.
I mean, I've recorded with the cameras here in the house number of times. I mean, more than 24 times we record stuff, and it's like, holy hell in a handbag. And a lot of the times lately, since I don't review the footage on a regular basis, I don't do that. I mean, I did that honestly 7 years ago when I got the equipment in for the first 3 or 4 months. And then after a while, I just said, I'm burned. I can't do this anymore. So now what happens is it's either through an act of happenstance or somebody hears something or I hear something. And it's like, wait, I heard something. And then it's like, all right, review the footage. And then, reviewing the footage, you go, holy hell in a handbasket.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, we've captured voices saying effing pricks. And right where I'm sitting right now, I captured it on the camera that's right above me when I was doing a little karaoke work.
Yeah.
And I was reviewing the footage, and the cameras hadn't started recording. And so I said, I have to do it again. And then you hear this voice say, effing pricks. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Okay. Now, you didn't say effing prick, because that would have been a singular, and that would have been me. I said, okay, I get it.
Right.
But who are the plural? Who are you referring to?
Right.
And just obviously different voices that have been recorded in the house. And it's like I said, it's not EVPs, it's disembodied voices that I'm not actively pursuing in the act of a ghost investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I'm making food and I hear something going, all right, what time is that? This is the kitchen. Okay, the dining room camera. And I review it and it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, exactly. I like the one that you posted. Okay, you have a lot of interaction with your figurines. And that one almost looks like, I don't know if it's trying to do a headstand or a push-up or...
Well, the push-up one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The smoky man. He's like this. And then out of the blue, his head goes pushed in and going, all right, now, time out.
Yeah.
Everybody can have their, the figurines are falling down in perpetual motion and falling slowly. Fine. All right, somebody's walking by the gate. But in this case, he's in a resting position. He's got his elbows down and he's sitting with his head at this type of an angle. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, he does this.
Yeah.
I watched that, and again, I didn't realize that till I'm watching the footage reviewing. I was like, wait a second, he was like this, and then later on I see he's like this, and it's like, oh no, let me just see. So I watch the footage, and you can see where he's sitting like this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he goes like this, like teeter-totter, and it's going...
Yeah. How was that?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I watched it a couple times. I was like, how is this possible? Like... I still can't, but yeah, you do. You get a lot of interaction with those figurines, and I mean, is there something with those? Or are they just drawn to them? Have you
Honestly,
something in that room?
The story goes is that 13 years ago, they were put up in obviously in October for Halloween, and then some. Let's see, October, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months later, they're sitting there fine and dandy. They haven't moved at all. The very first time, this is 2008, I come back from the vet, and the vet says that my cat Tess has got is terminally ill, that her lungs are basically obliterated, and to bring her back when it's time to put her down. I'm in the kitchen. It's about 3 o'clock, and I'm sitting at the dining room table, and a sound comes from the den of bang. This is the very first time, mind you. So I walk into the den, and I go and I look, and on top of the aquarium, and at that time there were just the original 5 figurines, one of each. One Beetlejuice with thorns, one, what's his face, Alec Baldwin character, one Gina Davis character, one smoking man, and one shrunken head man, and they're all standing up. But the Beetlejuice figurine is knocked over, and I'm like, what the hell is that all about?
Yeah.
And I look at my clock watch, and it says 3 o'clock. 12 hours later, I'm in my bed, and my cat Tess is next to me, and I'm woken up to the sounds of her basically taking her last breaths.
Oh my gosh.
And I am like flooded with emotion. I'm like, and I'm told by the spirit saying, she is dying. There is nothing you can do. She is dying.
Right.
This is what the vet said about bring her back, because the x-ray showed that her lungs are totally obliterated. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the clock, and it's bleep. It's a flashing LED, 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking 12 hours earlier, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And then she basically passes away, and I wrap her in a blanket, and I put her on the balcony. And I spend the next half an hour walking around the house, crying my eyes out, and thinking that figurine 12 hours earlier got knocked over, as a foreshadowing and as a warning of the impending story of what was going to happen 12 hours later. And that's when it first started. And since then, it's been, just going on and on and on and on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely weird. Bizarre. But you never know. The world works in mysterious ways with things like that, so...
Yeah, I made note of it when it happened.
Right.
after she died, I said, oh my God. Oh my dear God. I said, there's a connection. I said, I don't get it, but there's some kind of strange connection. And I said, they were forewarning me, is what I kept saying to myself. I said, they were warning me. They were warning me. They were warning me. They were warning me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And of course she passed away, and, that it was just one of those things, and it just kept on going. And I'd taken them down, after that. I think I took them down in like April or May, and then I put them back up in October for Halloween. And then it just started happening again.
Oh my gosh.
And it was crazy. And then of course it would be, on one occasion, I think it was, God, I want to say it was, let's see, it must have been now 7 years ago, during the 45th anniversary of the Sharon Tate murders. I had the artist Joey Moss, who was there, who painted the original Sharon Tate portrait that I had on the wall, and then I have two more that he painted. And he was there for this event that was there for the 45th anniversary, and he and I were talking in that den. He was standing right in the doorway, going from the den into the living room, and I was standing in the den, just about 4 feet away from him. So he was here, and he was standing here facing the aquarium, and I was standing here to his right, to his left. We're talking, and everybody's left the event that we had that night, and all of a sudden, the large Beetlejuice figurine flies through the air.
Oh my gosh!
About 15 feet.
Holy shit.
And, it takes off. And, it's on the aquarium, which is about 6 feet tall. And that comes down, and it lands at his feet 15 feet away. And the head pops off. And I'm sitting here, and I just caught it in mid-flight. I turn my head to the left, and I see it like this. I'm like this, and it's already in the air. And I'm watching and going, what the fuck? And he's like, and he goes like this. He points at it in the direction of the aquarium. He goes, I saw that fly off at me. And I look at my watch, and it says 12:20 on August 9th, the morning of August 9th, which is the actual time of when the Sharon Tate murders completed.
Oh, wow.
And I heard a voice say, it's Sharon. This is the time, at this moment, I passed away 45 years ago.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
And I looked at I said to myself, 12:20, it's like, and I started doing the math. I said, that sounds about right. Because the murder started right before midnight and really ended within it was a short thing. It only took place, believe it or not, in about less than 10 minutes.
Holy cow.
You got to remember, it's like people look at the the shootout, the OK Corral, and when you tell them it lasted all of less than 25 seconds from start to finish, they go, what?
Yeah.
It's like, no. It's in real time. It's the shortest period of time you can imagine. It's not 20 seconds. Because it's bang, 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 bang.
Right.
It's not bang. Bang. Bang.
That is true. That is true.
Bang, bang, bang. That's 20 freaking seconds, folks. That's why it's a freaking eternity. As people said, when it happens in an instant. People don't understand that. You might replay the incident over and over in your mind, but the actual time that is taken for the Manson family to come in, shoot Stephen Parent, go into the gosh, break into the house, get Abigail and Voight, and corral them all into the living room, and then for the scuffle to take place, it's really a short amount of time. It's not like hours and hours and hours. It's really smack, 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 smack. It's bang, bang. It's quick, 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 quick. Because once they decided to flee the house, it was a matter of fight or flight. So it didn't take hours for them to, you know what I'm saying? It's quick. So it was really it was like 15 minutes. So by the time they're out of there, it was like 10 minutes after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a quarter after.
Right.
The multiple, slashes to Sharon, the lacerations, and then the 16 stab wounds.
Yeah, that's insane.
For her to bleed out
was
about 7 to 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
So that's when I looked at my wife, oh my God, it's like, and he's like this, like. And he's like totally like freaking white going, I just can't believe what happens. And I'm like all excited going, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen, man. And right in front of me. I said to him, I said, it's amazing. I said, they really like you, Joey. I said, you've made the 2 paintings of Sharon already, I said, they obviously, like your energy. I said, what else? How else can you explain it on the anniversary? Mm-hmm. So, and then before that, the figurines were getting knocked over to the point where they were maybe 7 to 8 inches off the aquarium. They'd get knocked over with enough force that they would get knocked over and then tumble over and fall onto the ground and scuff the hardwood floor, where there are literally scuff marks from the figurines knocking themselves into the ground. Into the floor. So, yeah. And I think there's a video on YouTube on my channel where there's 3 people talking in front of the aquarium. And somebody's got their camera in their hand, you can see right in front. And there's a row of puka shells on a strand that is there from 1974 that my sister brought back from Hawaii. And what's funny is they're talking, and all of a sudden the puka shells, you see like somebody's finger, an invisible finger comes down in the middle of the puka shells and draws them out. That was me. No ghost in there. But moved my ass over a little there. So what happened is you see that the puka shells got drawn out right to the edge of the aquarium on the cabinet, and then the figurine gets knocked over.
Wow.
Strange.
Very strange. Very strange.
And again, let's get this straight. People said, oh, it's a poltergeist. And I'm going, you have any idea what a poltergeist is, or a poltergeist incident is? If you're talking about the menial, most mundane little incidental figures moving or whatever, that is far removed from what a real poltergeist is. And this really kind of bugs me and rubs me the wrong way, is that the paranormal field has come to abuse certain terminology and misuse it and mislabel it and misunderstand it, so that this book getting knocked over would be a poltergeist incident, when it's not. A poltergeist incident is so rare. I don't care what Zach says on television. That's the shirt I should have worn, is don't Zach up the paranormal. Give me that shirt.
Nice.
I kid you not. I really should wear that shit. But the point is that it's an extreme incident. And there's a scene in the original movie Poltergeist, because I didn't see the remake, and I'm sure they have a similar scene, where they go into Carol Ann's room and the whole room is like in the middle of a tornado. And there are all the objects swishing around and swirling around in there. That would be a poltergeist incident. But the figurines getting knocked over, even the figurine getting thrown at Joey Moss on the anniversary 7 years ago, wouldn't classify as a poltergeist incident. Why is that? And that's what kind of bugs me. It's like people say, oh, there's poltergeist. I said, why? They knocked the figurines over. What does that mean? You think there's anger behind that? Well, they really mustn't like that. It's like, that's your interpretation, but that's not what a poltergeist by definition would be at all. It's got to be much more volatile, more action, more than just one thing. And it would be much more than a district. Okay, we knocked over the book, or we did this. Oh, wow. That doesn't cut it. But people make it out to be like, oh, it's a poltergeist. It's like, oh, they hear a voice that they've recorded, and oh my God, it's a poltergeist. And what I found is that people's equipment that they listen to they listen to it on their headphones, on their telephone, and it doesn't sound the same as when you listen to it on a regular old desktop or a laptop even.
Right.
And it really kind of, you got to think about that, because I've heard Disembodied Voices recorded here, and it's as clear as a bell, and everybody agrees on it. But others that listen to it on their cell phones go, "Oh, I didn't hear that. I hear something different." So, I mean, it's just another funniest thing about the paranormal when you think about it. It's like we can't get any uniformity across the board in agreement of things. So,
right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there will ever be anybody that agrees on everything in the paranormal field.
It's a pretty catty field. I like to stay as far above it as possible, because people say, what group do you belong to? I said, no groups. Thank you very much. I said, I won't belong to a group that'll have me as a member. It's just that simple. People go, why is that? I says, because I don't want to get into the middle of a gosh darn dogfight between this person and then say, well, whose side are you going to be on? Which group are you going to try? It's like neither. When you go and you do this and you say, like the divorced parents, you're going to be daddy's best friend. You can be mommy's best friend.
Yeah.
The hell do you want to be, the poor little bastard or little girl in the middle of that? I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no thank you. I live in a haunted house. I don't, I have more than enough to worry about than to be in a squabble about whose theory was it. Oh, it was my theory. Who cares? Right. I mean, here's one for you. You know the little cat toy that flashes? Oh,
yeah.
You know where that all started, honest to goodness? And I kid you not, and I'm not making bones about it, but about 4 or 5 years ago, Ron Iacovetti came here with his girlfriend Lourdes. And I have them as cat toys for my cats. So one of them was downstairs in the theater room and was on the floor. And it's carpeted. So you know that unless you hit the ball with enough force, that does not trigger the mechanism that turns the flashing light on. They're walking out of the room, and my video camera's on, and the closed circuit camera's on in the room. And all of a sudden, as they're leaving, it starts flashing. And in the darkness, she says, look, the light's flashing, and it stops. All of a sudden, Ron starts thinking, hey, let me ask them a question. Starts asking questions. SOB, the gosh darn light starts turning on and flashing. They're not moving, and there's no one else in the room.
Right, yeah.
And the camera's showing you with the infrared light on that there's no one else in the room, and it's just sitting there, and all of a sudden he starts asking questions, and it starts responding. That's where that whole stupid thing became popular.
Yeah.
And now I go into Amazon to look for the stupid flash. Oh, no, it's a paranormal. I'm going, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, what am I contributed to? Not that it's not a bad thing. I mean, personally, I liked it because I said, look, if it's not meant to do for one thing, but it shows itself to be a usable device by which you can verify something, because it's a pretty simplified piece of crap toy that if you don't hit it, it doesn't respond, but you have to hit it to make it activate. So it turns out to be a nice contribution, but to me it's like, now you try to buy them, and they're $14 frickin' for a pair of frickin' Benoit balls.
Oh, I know.
I go to Chewy.
Like I was going to say, a couple of balls. And it used to be like, you paid like $6 for a pair of them. They doubled it plus in price. And I'm going, And now on eBay, the same thing. People, you want to buy this? It's a paranormal device. I'm going, oh my God.
It's a freaking cat toy.
It's a freaking, exactly what it is.
You go to Chewy and get them for $3 a ball.
Oh, that's what they used to be at Amazon. Now I tell you at Amazon, it's a paranormal. I'm going, oh my God. It's a trigger object or something. It's like, great, but do you know if it's a ghost cat that's playing with it by any chance?
We actually take those because we've been to a location where we have come across a cat. We've heard it in the house and everything, so we've taken toys and stuff to try to get it to interact with us. We've We're not
Are you
sure.
positive it's a dead cat, not a live cat that's hiding around the house?
Oh yeah, we checked.
We covered that.
Oh yeah.
To top to bottom, outside, everywhere.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. We haven't heard it since. It was only the one time, but every time we go, we still try to take something to see if we get something stirred up. But who knows?
Oh, God.
Thanks. All right. So I know that you had an event on the 16th and you have one coming up this weekend. Do you want to kind of...
Saturday night and Saturday day. I've actually got 4 people coming Saturday afternoon from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock for a ghost tour of the house. And like I said to people before that were here back in August, this company that rented the house out then, different company that's doing this event on Saturday, I said to the people, I said, what do you think? Ghosts wear watches? I said, 3 o'clock whoever came at 3 o'clock in the morning is the witching hour. I said, BS. Go tell it to a ghost. They'll go, how do I know what the fuck time it is? I have no freaking watch.
Right.
And it's kind of like people had come up with this stuff. So during the day when we would have the 10 or the 5, 8 people on that tour during the day, oh, it was hot. Oh, there was plenty of foot. I mean, we heard footsteps, we heard voices. The people were like we were all together. There was just 8 of us together. I'm going, and they're going like this, going, nobody's talking, going, and you hear somebody talking to me. There's no one the frick there. I said, the television's not on. There's no radios. The dogs can't talk and the cats can't talk. And you hear that in the other room. It goes, and it's just strange. It's like I said, so we have that, and then on Saturday night from 8 p.m. to 2 in the morning, we have the ghost hunt, and I have some tickets available for that as well.
Okay, awesome. And you can get those on your website, right?
Yeah, theomanhouse.com, THEOMAN house.com.
Yeah, awesome. Do I hear a bird?
Yes, you hear a bird.
I was going to say, also, I hear a bird. I'm like... It's like, where the hell did that come from? All right. And then also, I know last time we talked a little bit about your book, but if you want to go ahead and plug your book a little bit more here.
Sure. Well, I've got this book.
Yes.
I've got this book.
Yep. Ghosts of Cielo Drive.
Ghosts of Cielo Drive. Let me pull it back so you can see the bottom of it. There's Sharon. There's Jack Johnson, there's Rudolph Valentino, and this is actually the second printing of the first edition. I personally enjoy it. I find it to be an interesting book. A lot of people that have seen it so far, the public that have read it, love it. I mean, I've had, to be honest with you, I've yet to have a bit of bad press or bad review on it, which makes me feel rather good, because people give you reviews on a book that you wrote. It took 15 years.
Holy shit.
I kid you not. I mean, 15 years. It took many years to finish this thing.
Wow.
So, yes.
And I was going to ask you if you were going to write another one, but you might not if it's going to take you another 15 years.
No, I'm going to write another one. It's just a matter of just settling down and focusing on finishing the second volume 2 of it, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Let me just shut the window. I don't need the neighbors to hear our conversations. And if you want to see my neighbors, what I mean, well, there you go. There's my neighbors right there.
Oh,
This is the outdoor cam.
Oh, okay.
This is Mrs. Yazdi, and that's the neighbor with her dog. Isn't that just lovely?
Yeah.
You can see I can show you other pictures. I can show you videos from inside the house, as a matter of fact, if you like.
Oh my gosh.
Here, let me show you. This is the dining room. How's that look to you guys?
Yeah. Somebody's getting ready to do something with some pumpkins.
No, I've got a lot of pumpkins. I bought like 5 pumpkins. Let's see. There's the theater room. That's the theater room wall. That's the wall camera looking down into it. That's going into the earthen wall room. That's going into the guest bedroom. I'll show you the camera over here. What that looks like. And that's there. This, of course, is where the camera that you just saw, that's there.
Yeah.
This is the sliding glass door to the balcony. This is the seance table, part of my UCLA man cave. That's going into the earthen wall room here. That's the guest bedroom over there.
Wow.
Let's see. And then show you the stairwell. This is going down into the second floor stairwell.
Oh, cool. I like those kind of stairs. I don't know why. I just always had a thing for
the top of the
stairs.
stairs looking down.
Holy cow.
And that's Reggie's ass right there, literally.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And then I'll show you, let's see, the master bedroom. That's the master bedroom. Obviously, it's a mess. There's the living room there's one of the Shantae paintings by Joey Moss. There's another painting by Joey Moss and another painting by Joey Moss.
Wow.
And let's see. This is looking down. Up there's Reggie.
Oh, there we go.
That's in the living room. That's the stairwell right there. That's the balcony. This is, of course, the bar. There's Reggie. There's the front door in the dining room and the one fish tank. And here's the den where all the, as you say, the action is.
Oh, yeah.
There's my laundry room. That's the hallway that's going down in the back of the second floor, where the activity is wild as hell right here.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. And then I'll show you the camera right there. That's the laundry room. Obviously, there's the laundry.
Right.
There's the front of the house. Wait. There's the garage. There's the front of the house looking down towards the gate. That's the gate right up here. Then you're looking this way, and that's looking down towards the driveway. There's the front door. And one of my pumpkins that the squirrels are going to town on. Of course, there's the figure. Oh, look what we do. We got some action on the figurines. Speaking of the devils, these three now have gotten knocked over.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yesterday, this one was knocked forward and this one was knocked backwards. I haven't reviewed the footage. I get tired of watching the footage, to be honest with you. This is the earthen wall room going into it. This is the earthen wall looking down into. Here's the earth right here across the bottom. Whoops. And then I'll show you the camera over on that side right over there. And you see there's the entrance right here. There's the earthen wall. And there's the wine rack.
Cool.
There's the den. There's two of my cats. There's Terry and there's Sammy. And this, of course, is the balcony, and you can see into the room. These are all my masks that I've got assembled. There's the den looking in. There's Terry, and there's, of course, Samantha. Then you've got the cross canyon camera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Looking
That's
down
pretty
at
cool.
the feet below us.
Yeah.
Then we have the guest bedroom on the third floor, which lots of activity has happened in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's nuts. That room's got crazy activity. And then we have the second floor hallway looking down towards the staircase. And then looking down towards the room down there. And then I have the second cat's bedroom. Well, the second floor guest bedroom, which serves as the cat's
room, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for the one cat. And there's the overview of all the cameras. Oh, I don't have these cameras in this room turned on.
Right. That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There we go. I was like, all I could see was the top of my head. I was like...
Yeah, sorry about that.
No. Yeah. Excuse me. I've heard about the basement area. I think I was watching, I don't know if it's I think he's a YouTuber. He was at your house and he brought his friend. And
how many of them have been here?
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name.
Days with Jordan the Lion.
I bet it was.
And his friend had her hair pulled.
Yes, that's the one. I watched that.
That's Days. Yeah, Jordan's been here several times, and every time he comes here, something has happened. He's actually moved out of state now, so I haven't seen him and probably won't for a while. But yeah, when she was here, and that clip actually got picked up by Fight Club with Jack Osborne and the guy and the three brothers from Ghost Brothers.
Oh yes,
and they reviewed that footage. Let's just say I had some fun talking to them about that.
Oh yeah,
that's going to come out probably in February of 2022.
Oh, awesome!
But it was funny. It was just they were like, "Did that?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I saw it. I was right there when I was like, well, what's the matter?" And she goes, "So my hair got pulled." I'm going,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You could tell on the camera when you're watching it, like she was just like,
yeah.
She's like, wait, what?
Who's messing with my hair? I'm going, no, who? I don't know. So it makes sense of that happening. Going,
right.
You sure? You really sure it happened? Honey?
Yeah. Well,
sure. And then you watch the video, and sure enough, you can see it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put you in the back seat, going.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No. That happened. Okay. Better you than me, but that happened.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was her that went down to the laundry room, there was a certain part she would not turn to go down that way, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And that's the area with that most, like, a lot of heightened activity.
Well, again, people think that it's stagnant, and what I've found is that the whole house can turn upside down. And
right.
What I mean by that is the top floor usually is pretty neutral. I've had it happen when people have walked in and the house is just like flipped the switch. It's like, okay, we're on the top floor today, and that's where it's going to happen. I'm going, this isn't the way it's ever been. It's not that hot on the top floor. It goes, oh, today it's going to be hot. And you defy logic. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not like I have a set schedule. It's like, all right, at 3 o'clock it'll be the top floor. At 4 o'clock it'll be the middle floor. And at 5 o'clock it'll be back to the top floor. And at 6 o'clock it'll be the bottom floor. Okay. It doesn't make any sense. It just happens. And I don't even know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I mean, you can definitely feel it when certain people come in that it's like, you are a conduit to some shitty energy. I really don't appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there are people that do put off that kind of energy, and you can definitely feel it. Like, it makes me feel sick.
Well, the house, like I said, when it affects the house, and then I'm like, can't be me. I live here, and I never had this happen to me. And I'm going, oh, must be you. I'm like, that's the last time I invite that person over. I'm polite and nice, but after they leave, it's like, no. You do not invite them over to the house. That is an unpleasant experience. I'd rather forgo.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to, you know.
Yep. All right. So do you have any other events that no? Nothing?
I'm not planning on having any other events. This is just this one company that came in and said, look, it's all. I said, fine. We'll do the 16th and the 30th, and that's it. And so, like I said, it's it should be fun, but it's I'm not in business to like the Haunted Museum by any stretch of the imaginations. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We went down that rabbit hole the last time.
Yeah.
There's something I am interested in selling to the Haunted Museum, though. Seriously.
Oh yeah. What is it?
Recently, I took one of the original front doors to the house because there were two doors, basically, and I had to replace one of them because it was just getting worn down, and I put in a new front door, and I'm thinking, I wonder if, I don't know, maybe it would be an interesting thought. I said, the Haunted Museum would probably love to have it.
Yeah.
Considering it is a piece of the house that's a piece of the freaking house.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's the front door. It's where all the action was. It's the front door that was there when Zach walked out the front door when he shot the show 7 years ago.
Right, yeah.
There's only two of them. There's only one original one now left. So I'd like to possibly sell that to them and see if they'd be interested in it.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Exactly. What do I have to lose? I'm going to throw it out otherwise.
Right, yeah, exactly. You might as well say, hey, you want this?
Yeah, you want to buy it? I know you buy crap like this. I know I wouldn't pay for it, but I know you would, so please do.
Maybe he'd buy some haunted toilet paper or something.
I don't think there's anything else in the... faucets, the fixtures. What are you going to... What do you sell somebody? I mean, the door at least has got...
Right.
The front door's got something to it. It is... It's a place where Dr. Tapp had his had his serious... the picking up of when he was here some 17 years ago and picked up the energy there as far as that door was concerned. So,
Yeah.
be worth it to reach out to them,
One of our listeners said that if he sold it to him, he'd make a demon come out of it.
You positive the demon's going to come out of the door, not some other part, another orifice? Why the door? Why not out of where the sun don't shine? Just saying, going to come out of the front door. Really?
Yeah.
It's a door. You have to install it into something, so when you open it, it's going to come out from within that room. But the door is just the door.
Yeah.
However, the energy has still got to be in that door. I mean, crap. It's been there for practically 19. It's been there for 19 years now.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So.
There's got to be something. It's worth a shot.
Any questions from any of your listeners? And by the way, you're ghosting me. You're coming.
Am I?
Not like that. I mean, you're like there, then you disappeared. What happened to you? You're like coming in and coming out of the frame.
I'm just going to the Matrix.
Okay. Sounds good. Say hi to Keanu for me. What was his name again? Charlie or Ray or I forgot.
Oh, it is Keanu Reeves, but his name was Neo in
Neil. That's right, Neil. That's right, Neil.
Yeah.
Neo, it's time for you to take the red pill.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up and take it already, you little prick. No, it's right. Oh God, that's right, Neil. God almighty. I read this somewhere that John Wick's character has killed more people in fewer movies than Freddy, Jason, and who's the other one? Freddy, Jason,
Michael.
Michael combined. I'm like,
holy shit!
Holy Jesus! Wow, that's amazing. For a movie fact, going, really?
That's craziness. Yeah.
You talk about it's like, well, isn't it always the case? The real demons aren't the real monsters aren't some fictitious, stupid, made up myth. It's a real person like John Wick could possibly be.
Right,
It's like, that sounds about right.
Right. Yep, exactly.
Fact is always stranger than fiction.
Yep.
You think you can't be outdone by reality. It's like, well, John Wick's basically a character based on a real personage. He's not supposed to be like superpowers. He's just some psychotic, killer.
I know.
Ex-CIA, what is he, an ex-CIA op or something?
He's something, and they, I don't know if they're like, what are they called? He's not really a sniper, but he goes out and he's
a hitman.
Hitman, that's what it is, yeah. And you kill people with a flippin' pencil. Yeah, he killed somebody with a... Yeah, in one of the movies, he killed somebody with...
I've never seen the franchise, so I don't know anything about
there's one, he did. He, killed him with a freaking pencil. It was nuts.
All Are these people random people, or are they targets of his?
They're targets.
They're
of his,
targets. Right, so
like
targets.
the people that have pissed him off, and he is out to.
That's not what I meant. When I meant targets, I meant like contracts.
Oh,
from the CIA. That's like, all right, you got to kill these. No. These are just people that have pissed him off.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, so he is. So it's like falling down, Michael Douglas type of thing. He's just hell bent on killing anybody and everybody that comes across him and gives him a littlest bit of shit.
Right. Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, so it is falling down. Michael Douglas turned into a franchise.
Yeah.
Okay. Gee, that was easy to size up and slice down, wasn't it?
Yep. Damn straight. Oh, let's see.
I hate franchises. Franchises bore the living fuck out of me. You know why?
Why?
Think about it. Risky Business was one. Only one freaking. It wasn't a sequel. It wasn't a prequel.
Right.
It wasn't a masturbatorial equal.
Right.
It was just no reboot up my ass. They left it alone.
Right.
Jurassic Park was a great book. The second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth sucked crap.
Yeah, I haven't even watched them.
Piles of dog shit. Oh my god, the characters are just rehashed. I mean, there's a problem. There's a reason why remakes suck and sequels usually suck too. Because you're asking for an actor and you're asking for a writer to take their original story and to then stretch it out and to make something that never was intended to be, that never had a life of its own. And the public is like, with Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, taking these characters and making them fictional into factual in a way that, they were in these movies. These people never existed 50 freaking years ago. They're fictional.
Right.
Just like I see these, what was it, Nick Booth or whatever the hell the character's name was, in this television show of the 60s. I'm thinking, you're taking somebody else that was a real person and Xing them out to put him in to fictionalize that character into fact.
Yeah.
Get a life. You weren't around then, so stop looking backwards and thinking you can rewrite history to make your fantasies come true.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let's see, we do have a question here in chat.
Hi, chat.
It's
chat. Hey, chat.
It's
what Dan. Chat? I'm here to answer your questions. That's right, I'm here. Come on. Rah, system, ba. Black sheep. Yeah, I'm an old geezer from World War II. I'm 105 years old. What can I do for you? Politically correct my ass. What?
Okay, so I
could have swore I just heard a Canadian goose honk going, honk, honk. Jesus Christ. All right, what's the question? I'm getting stale here.
What has been the weirdest paranormal event you have witnessed?
All right, that's a serious question then. All right, two things come to mind of things that I've personally witnessed, and not on video, but firsthand, right in the moment, went through it physically and personally and mentally and emotionally. One of them was in July of 2004. Mid-July, about the 16th. I can't put down the exact date. I'm sure I probably did in the book, but even that's not exactly entirely accurate. But mid-July 2004, my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. My girlfriend at the time was flying with American Airlines and flying through Europe as a flight attendant. Mm-hmm. I go to bed at about 1:37, I do believe. And don't quote me on the time. I'm pretty sure it was 1:37. Mm-hmm. I put my head down on the pillow, and I felt like I went to sleep. All of a sudden, my eyes just popped open like that. I looked to the clock, and it said 1:39. And I'm like, what the that? I said, I feel like I've been asleep for hours. And all of a sudden, I remember my eyes lifting, my head lifting up and looking towards the foot of the bed. And right at the corner, here's the corner of my bed, and I'm on the same side as this. About 3 feet to just across from the bed, the corner, is a guy standing there. full body apparition, life size, except he is not physical. And I knew this the second my eyes hit him. I'm going, okay, that's a ghost. There was just no question in my mind. I thought to myself, I had the alarm on the house, which had sensors and stuff, and I had the 2 dogs and my cats there. The 2 dogs on the bed, and they're sound asleep. And I'm looking, and he is, I don't want to say white as a ghost,
right?
But he was in shades of gray.
Oh,
And the word monochromatic comes to mind when I think about it. And what I mean is his hair was dark charcoal black, gray. I'll never forget he was wearing a double-breasted, short-lapelled, 4-button suit. And it had the short lapels, which was like the 60s style. And it was a darker gray type of a color. His tie was a blue-gray. His shirt underneath it was a kind of a powder blue-gray. And his skin was this iridescent blue-gray, like powdery blue. It was weird. And I'm thinking it's dark. The room is dark, but he's lit. Now, back in when I was in high school or junior high school, I took an art class, and there's something that I remember the teacher saying to me. He goes, "What is the source of illumination? Is it coming from the lights coming from above, so it casts a shadow across in this way?" He goes, "That's important." And we're discussing but Renaissance art, and the uniformity of how the light is coming from underneath, and it's this way. He was the freaking source of the light. He was lit from within. He was, I don't want to say glowing, because it wasn't like this woo, woo, woo glow. He was just illuminated. And I was like going, what the and he had his left hand sticking out and his index finger pointing, and he was turning towards what I thought was the driveway going down the street. 8 years later, after I saw him, the property, the vacant lot next door, which had been that way for forever, never built on it, was all of a sudden sold, and they decided to build a house on it. Well, and I'm going to draw you what they did, because you can't. Oh, shit! I need a pen. Here, hold on 1 second. Let me grab a pen. Here, give me this. No, not that. This. Yes, that. All right. What I'm going to show you is this is the hillside. So you got the street here. You got the hillside going like this, going down. And this is where the cars are. This is the cars. This is some freaking car, I'll tell you that. Where's the windshield? We'll put the goddamn windshield in. We'll put a grill in. Oh, that's great. Where's the antenna? All right, there's the antenna. Fine. All right. If you can see this is the car, and this is the side of the hill. So where the car is the street. They came in, and unlike my house, which was built, it's like this. The step footings, and the house is basically like this. All right, if you see here, this is like my house. These represent the step footings that you build, and you put them on the side of the hill. You sink the caissons into this earth, basically to secure the property that way, and then the house is going this way.
Right.
That's not what they did here. They did this. They came in with a bulldozer. God, I gotta straighten my arm out here. All right, so that's that. They came in and took out all of this mound of earth, the whole hillside here, put in a 60-foot drop down retaining wall that's 80 feet going down the street. They then took out all of this earth here and basically built the house into this side of the mountain with a concrete base, which basically they took out the entire hillside out. That's what Jay was pointing to when he was pointing to anything. He was pointing to the construction of the house 8 years before the house was even built.
Wow. That's insane.
As if he knew the future and was warning me of the impending future of that property.
Wow. That's
And he
insane.
vanished. He was there for about 8, maybe 9 seconds. He kept on turning himself towards the property and turned back and then just vanished.
Wow.
And his hair was unlike my hair, which is straight. It was like coarse and kinked. So I didn't recognize him as Jay Sebring until several months later at the LAPD doing research. I saw a picture and it says Jay Sebring with his natural hairstyle. And that was the guy who I saw.
Oh, wow.
And my mom turned out to be fine when I called her the next day. And my girlfriend called me a couple days later. She was fine in Europe, no problems.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
The second incident was about, I forgot how many years ago, a few years back. About 2 a.m, I was going from the dining room into the living room, and I turned to my right, and I saw that there seemed to be a light coming from under the door going into the bathroom. As I took the second step down off the dining room platform down to the living room floor, I turned into the right and I basically recoiled back because I thought I saw a doorway that just popped up right in front of me. I was like, it's one of those things when it's dark and your instincts are like, oh no, pull back, you're going to walk into a wall.
Right.
And it was like that type of a feeling. And I blinked my eyes and for a second I saw a white outline of a door that was right there in front of me, and I pulled back and I blinked, it was gone. And then I stuck my hand out and there was nothing there, and I just kept going another 1.5 feet, 2 feet until I came to the doorway into the bathroom. I said, no. What I just experienced was 2 feet from that doorway. It was a doorway right here out of the blue that was there and then was gone.
Wow.
That left me shaken but not stirred for a good hour.
Yeah.
I sat there and I went to the top floor to the bar, and I made myself, and I'm not a drinker, I took a couple shots of Fireball whiskey, and I was like, what the living hell was that?
Yeah.
What was that? I just saw it.
Yeah.
And it was and I'll never forget it because it was like my instincts told me there was a door there. I felt it. It was like I felt like if I kept going, I'm going to walk into a barrier and I'm going to be hitting it.
That's insane.
Those are probably the 2 craziest things I have ever experienced firsthand myself. Not witnessed on video, but partook in personally. They were sizable, crazy incidents, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I've never experienced anything like that. Probably never will. I'd probably shit myself if I did.
I don't know if I'll ever experience it again. That's the thing. I've never seen another spirit in the 17 years since I saw Jay. And both my mother and my father have since passed. My godfather has passed. Several of my friends have passed away, and no, none of them. Not a single one.
Wow.
Just Jay Sebring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. I mean, I appreciate it. It's nice to have met you in the afterlife and in this life.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
Better than not to have said I met Jay Sebring. I don't think I really met him, but I saw him. I'd love to have sat down and said, hey, what can I do with my hair? Any suggestions? Shorter? What Jay should I let it grow out? What do you think? Come on, give me some advice.
That is true. Yeah, he could have given you some advice, maybe. You never know.
Might as well, ask him what he's
right.
familiar with. Crap, going to ask him about the gosh darn Ozarks.
Yeah,
you can ask him about what happens in the gosh darn. Well, what happens in outer space? Because what do I look like? Fucking, Albert Einstein? I'm not Carl Sagan, he'd say. That'd be more current, because I'm not Carl Sagan. What do I look like? Nikola Tesla? You're still upset the fact that Elon Musk pirated his name and made it something.
Oh, geez.
If you think Elon Musk represents the desires of Nikola Tesla, bite your tongue.
Yeah.
Tesla would say, he took my name and he made what with it?
Yeah.
Fuck him. Big. I thought this is what I felt. He's all about self-embellishment, not about making people wealthy. He's all about himself.
Uh-huh.
That was, I mean, think about it. The guy was all about getting free electricity to the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elon wants to do that as long as he's getting subsidized by the big government, by LADWP and SCE and all, whoever he can.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Free to you and free to me, but he gets paid handsomely.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So before we start wrapping up the show, do you have anything else you want to talk about or anything? Or where can people follow you? What's your YouTube handle and all that jazz?
YouTube.com/David Oman.
Okay.
Just I'll write this down for you folks out there so you can all read this. YouTube. BoobTube. That's right. BoobTube.com. That's right. No, and I'm not going on any tours anytime soon. Here you go, folks. Whoa.
All right. Got it.
Whoops, this way? There we go.
Yep.
David Oman.
Yep.
You can follow me on Instagram at the Oman House. That's the OMANHOUSE. Then, of course, theomanhouse.com. Ghostsofcielodrive.com for the book. It's $20 plus $5 for shipping, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's signed, personalized, autographed, and inscribed to you with your name on it. Again, who knows? Hopefully something excuse me. Hopefully something will break with a TV show or a special. I'm trying to work with some people to get something going on an idea for a show about the house.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
It would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
It definitely would be something that you would not expect to see on TV. In other words, what I mean is, I don't believe in playing a lot of hype and drama and BS about stuff. Like, oh, did you hear that? It's like, I was like, did you hear that? Let's go listen to the tape and let's review what we just heard. That's my approach. Is like going,
right.
I'm going to get dramatic about it, only if there's a reason. I mean, did you see the video from 2 months ago where I'm walking down the hall at 1:45 in the morning?
Yes.
And I'm like, and I mean, I did.
I saw that.
Spirits, I got you covered. Yeah. I'm your guy. Don't worry. And I threw my hand up, and then it's like,
yeah, you heard the big bangs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I sat there for 9 seconds, petrified, going, "What the was that?" That wasn't acting. That was seriously going.
Yeah.
They can read my freaking mind. And that's when you watch the whole video. I'm like, cursing and saying, so you can read my mind? Oh, fuck. I'm dead. I'm done. You want to talk about the days of David walking around talking to himself so I can talk to the spirits? I don't do that. I mean, why waste my freaking breath talking to the spirits if they're reading every freaking thought? Go to hell. And it's the truth. It really pissed. I mean, you watch the whole video. You hear me going upstairs going,
right.
I said, first thing I said is, you got me. You got me good. I said, that's it. You got me. And then the realization is like, wait a second. I didn't say anything for them to hear me speak. The only place it was here. And then the gesture of, I got you covered. Don't sweat it. And I'm thinking I thought to myself, that's what the knock was. It was acknowledging, okay, we're good then. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not talking anymore. So now you watch me walk around the house. It's not like, all right, spirits, I'm here. What do you got going on? It's like, and it's like it turns into a silent freaking movie. I watch the videos and I'm going, that's great. Only I know what the hell I'm saying, and nobody else does.
Right.
The spirits do. So it's a conversation between me and them, and I'm going, I hate this. I can't think anything without knowing I'm being listened to. It's like,
yep. Oh gosh.
Not fun living in a house when your mind can be read.
Oh yeah,
and it's not your girlfriend either.
Yeah.
That's always been my greatest downfall. I know what you're thinking. Oh crap.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yes, I know you do. Yes, it's written all over your face. Yes, it is. You're right. I can't magic erase this off, can I? No, I can't. Oh God. No, just happy Halloween to everybody out there. Be safe. Don't eat any poisoned apples or any funky Kool-Aid, please. Let's try to stay away from the poison, kids things and the razor blades and the apples. God.
Yeah.
just be safe and treat everybody nice, even the people that are dressed up a little bit more than usual.
Sure.
I hope you all enjoyed that commentary. I just thought it was something that had to be said. No, it didn't. It's Halloween. I'm just saying in general,
Sure.
be nice to everybody. You might see somebody going, look, I remember seeing somebody on Halloween 17 years ago that was at a party that was literally, it was a guy and a girl, and they were both wearing nude suits.
Oh, geez.
And at first, when I first saw it, the guy had a prosthetic schlong hanging down there. And I'm like, at first when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, he's naked. I said to my girlfriend, I said, Felicia, he's naked. She goes, David, oh my God, he is. And finally we got closer to them, like 40 feet across the room. We saw him. It's like, oh my God, thank God it's fake. Oh God, all right. I see his girlfriend, I'm going, oh my God, that is an incredible suit. Goes, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a onesie. I'll say.
Oh my God.
I mean, but it looked so. I mean, it looked terribly. It's like going, and it wasn't. It was like I'm going. Okay, you look like a Muppet, a life-size Muppet.
Oh,
is that what it is? Okay. I swear to God. Any questions from your audience?
I think
Any
that's
comments from them out there?
no. I don't
Come
think.
on, folks, you got me on the tube.
I know. They're being quiet tonight.
Are you all just sitting there laughing your ass off? I'm so amusing. You just can't stop laughing.
That's
I really appreciate if you would answer the questions. Did you goddamn ask him any questions yet? Jesus H. Christ.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's being quiet. Darren's usually full of questions. He's not tonight.
No one wants to ask any questions?
I don't think so. Not now. They don't. I'm sure they'll have them later. And they'll be too damn late, people.
Yeah. Ask while you can.
That's
There are
right.
answers on that question there.
Any questions? Going once? Going twice? Bueller.
Oh, I heard from his my second cousin's friend, that his parents was home sick. He was deathly ill.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Thank you, Bernice. Thank you. Your.
Yeah. All right.
Ben Stein. Oh, my God.
God.
We're referencing Ben Stein.
I know.
And his money.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What was the show? Ben Stein's Money.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up then. We will be back next week with Keith Evans. He's an author, and he'll be talking about St. Augustine. And thank you, David, for being on again. It's always a pleasure to have you on our show.
Always a pleasure to be on your show, obviously.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you much for having me on.
Yes.
Happy Halloween again to you both.
Yes, happy Halloween to you, too. Stay safe and have fun, and I hope your event goes well this weekend.
Yep, that makes two of us.
Hopefully nobody
Hear that,
destroys.
spirits?
Yeah.
Pull your weight, damn it.
That's right. That is right. All righty. Peace out, everybody.
Thank you for listening to REP Paranormal and Friends. Be sure to check out Kim and Allison on Facebook at REP Paranormal Busters.